Everyone, we will solve this today's LeetCode problem. This is double a number represented as a linked list. So this is a medium one. So let's see what it is. So we have given the head of non-empty linked list representing a non-negative integer without leading zeros, and we have to return the head of the linked list after doubling it. Okay. So here it is given 189. So we need to double it, this number 189, and then change this to 378 and return it, right? So we have given a linked list which represent a number. So we need to multiply it by 2 and then form change the value in the linked list and return the head of that linked list, right? So in this, so what we need to do, suppose I need to check for 999, and so how will we multiply with these two? So we multiply it from uh, right side to left side, right? So for right side to left side, how we can multiply it? So first thing is, it is come as 18, that is 8. Then we carry over this. Of course you know it, but for sure I'm making that everyone is on the same page. So 9 2 is the 18, so it is 8, and this carry ones here over, right? So this is a basic mathematics we learned in 1 or 2 class, right? Or lower than that if you are genius. So this is 1, and now this is 9 to the 18 and plus 1, which is 19. So here 9, right? So this is 9, and this is carry will be 1 again, right? So now again 9 to the 18, which is equals to 19, right? So answer is 998. So what will the linked list form? So that will be, should be this, right? So again, if you see here, we need to move it, start from backward, right? We need to start multiplying it backward, then move it to forward. But in the linked list, we can only move forward because it is given only the next, not previous, right? So it is the same as the previous problem which we have done yesterday. Yesterday, this is the same situation, same problem, same situation for last previous problem where we can't, we need to move from backward position. So what we have done previously, we can reverse this linked list, right? We can simply reverse this linked list, right? We can reverse this linked list, and after reversing it, we will do the same thing which we are doing here by multiplying this 2 and change the value of this. So how we can do this? So suppose I reverse this linked list, so it again becomes okay, let's take this 189 because this 999 is same as reversing 999. So suppose the previous is, here is 189. Now after reversing it, it becomes 981, right? So now we will, what we will do, we will start multiplying with starting from 9, right? So when we multiply this 9, it will give me 8. So we will store 8 or 1, right? What we will store? We will store 8, right? Because this 1 will carry forward to 8 part. So now we will, when we change this 9 to 8, and we will make sure that this 1 is forward to this one function, one here, right? So I will make sure that this 1 is carry forward to 8. Now again we will multiply 8 with 2, so that will become 16, which is plus 1 will become 17. So we will store 7, so we will change 8 to 7. Now we will carry forward 1 to here. So now this become 2 1 2 plus 1 is 3. So this will become 873. But it is in reverse order, so we need to reverse it again. Then after reversing it again, after reversing it again, what we will get? We will get 3 7 and 8, which is an actual answer here, right? So this is how we can solve this, right? So it is the same problem which we have solved previously yesterday, that in this situation we need to move from backward. So we need to reverse it first, then multiply it, and then again reverse it to get the answer linked list, right? So let's see how we can implement this. So for that, first I need to make a reverse function, reverse function. So if you don't know how to reverse it, if you don't know how to reverse it, there is a video, dedicated video on my channel, on this channel. You can watch this. You can watch. You can click on I button, right? You can click on I button, right? So you can watch this, right? So let's see how we will implement this reverse function. So this is a very important and basics basic question, reverse linked list problem. So if you haven't done this yet, you should definitely must do before this question, right? So here in this we need 3 pointers to make this as a reverse function, and now we will iterate in this current, and this is next, which is current next, and we will assign this current next to previous one because we need to reverse it and change this previous to current and current to next to shift it, right? And then we will just return this previous as a head of this list. Now we will use this reverse function to reverse this linked list there. Now I need to multiply it, so I need to iterate in this linked list, right? So for that I will, what I will do, I need to start taking a carry forward also, right? What we are doing, I need to make a carry. So this temp value should be temp value plus this carry modulus 10. Okay. Why this modulus 10 here? So suppose here in this 873 were there. So when we multiply with 16, so this 981 will be there. So when we multiply with 2, that becomes 18. So I need to store this 8 here and 1 and forward the 1. So for storing 18, I need to take a modulus with 10. When I take a modulus with 10, it will store with 10, and when I divide it with 10, it will give me 1, right? So for storing 8, I need to change it with 8. So I am taking here the modulus, and for carry forward I need to take it divided by 10 simply, right? So this is, we can do this, or I can simply use this in another variable, take it as a value, and just use this variable here, right? We can also type like this, right? And this is the carry forward here, and now I will change this temp to temp dot next, right? So but here is the here is an edge case. So suppose here in this case, uh, 999, in this 999 there is an extra one occurring after this last multiplication, and to say 18 plus 1, so this one will be in my carry or forward, right? So I need to include in my linked list. So but this temp is still a null, so how will I include this? So for that I need to maintain a previous value which will store my previous node here, that will be equals to temp. So after this, if my carry forward is not 0, it means it has a value. So I will just assign I will make a new list node to assign this carry here, and after that I will again reverse it reverse the head function which is here, to get my original answer, right? Because we have already reversed it, so I need to again reverse it to get my original answer, right? So this is how we will done. Let's run it. Okay, semicolon, right? Let's run it. Something is wrong. Okay, we are not multiplying it with 2. That's the issue here. I think now that's good. Let's run this. Yeah, we are good to go. Let's submit it. We have successfully passed this solution. So what is the time and the space complexity? So time complexity will be O of n, where n is the number of nodes, n is the number of nodes in linked list, right? Linked list. So this is O of n for reversing it for first time, then O of n for iteration, plus O of n for again reversing it, right? So that will be O of 3 n total. That's overall time complexity will be O of n, right? We can take it as O of n, and the space complexity will be O of 1, because we are not taking any extra space here, right? So this is the time and the space complexity for this problem. Okay. So this is how we use reverse function for solving this problem. But can we do this without reversing it? So can we do this without reversing it? So let's think what we are doing. We are multiplying this number with 2, right? So if you observe this 2, and if you see the constants here we can see that the numbers are 0 to 9 only, right? So if you multiply it with 9, the maximum number, we will get 18, right? So the maximum carry forward is only 1, right? If you see the maximum carry forward, the maximum carry which can be forward to its left value, it is only 1, right? This is the max value, max carry forward, which is is forward to the is left value. So can we use this to solve this? So suppose I started multiplying with from left to right instead of right to left. So when we multiply this with 1, so it this is 2, right? But this here should carry 1, because in its right here it is 8, which is equals to 16, which is carry forward 1 to this, right? So which numbers carry forward the 1 with them? So when we multiply it with 1, it will give me 2. uh, it will give me 2. This 2 will give me 4, right? This 3 will give me 6, and this 4 give me 8. But when you multiply it with 5, it will give me 10. It means this 0 will be left over with them, but 1 will be carry forward. So after this 5, after this 5, every number multiply with 2 gives a carry forward, gives an extra digit, right? Gives an extra digit. So what we need to check just that, if I multiply it with my 2 and its next value is greater than equals to this 5, then it means I need to just increase this value by 1, right? So here it is 8 is greater than 5, which is greater than equals to 5, which is, so that I need to change it, increase it with 1, which is equals to 3, right? Again for 8 it is 16, right? 8 to the 16, so I need to keep it as 6. But after its right value, this is 9, which is greater than equals to 5. So I need to increase it by 1, because 1 will carry forward to it, so it will become 7, right? Now again this has become 9 to the 18, so I need to take it as 8. So if you see, this 378 is an my answer, right? Okay, so this is for when this one has there is less than 5 value in its my first position. So when suppose this is 999, so at first position there is a 9 value, which is this is a 9 value which is greater than equals to 5. So this will carry forward a 1, right? If understood, this will carry forward a 1 to me. So I will check that initially that whether this value is greater than 5, equals to 5 or not. If it is greater than equals to 5, I will just assign a 1 in the starting value. I will just assign a 1 in the starting value. And now I will check for every value before after this that what I need to make. Let's suppose 9 to the 18. So here should be 8, but after its right value there is 9 value, which will give me a carry forward 1. So I will increase this by 9 again. For this 9 there is a carry forward with 9, so this will 8 to 9, and this is again, this is 8, right? So this is how we will solve this problem. So what is the use of 2 here? So we will see that after which elements this will give me a carry forward and how much. So 1 will be the maximum carry forward after, like after 4, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So this will be used. So what we are doing, we are we will start iterating start iterating from first node, from head node. So first we will check that whether the head node is head node value is greater than or equals to 5 or not. So if it is greater than or equals to 5, then we will assign a new node with value 1 at a starting point, right? At starting point. So we will assign this 1 with a starting point, right? Why? Because that will give me a 1 value, right? Oh, sorry. I will assign with value 0. Why? Because I will check with its next value that whether this is greater than 5 or not. So if it is greater than equals to 5, I will increase then 1, right? So I will assign 0 at a starting point, not 1, right? So, and then we will check its next value, node value, that whether it is greater than equals to 5 or not. And if it is greater than equals to 5, then we will increase the value of current node by 1, right? And we will to continue this, right? So this should be the approach here for solving this problem without reversing it, right? We are not reversing it, so that will take only of O of n time complexity instead of O of 3n. So let's see how we will do this. So let's remove this code. uh, yeah, just remove this code, and we will see how we will solve this. So the first thing what we will do, we will check that head value whether this head value is greater than equals to 5 or not. So if it is greater than equals to 5, then what I need to do, I need to store this at first point, right? So what I will do, I will change this temp to the new list node new list node with value 0, and the next value which is, so the next value should be head, right? So this next value should be head, and I will assign this to temp value. If this is not condition 2, then this will assign to head value, right? And simply I will store this answer temp in my answers for returning it. Now I will iterate in this temp. So what we will do, we will check that we will multiply this temp value with 2 plus, this should be a carry forward. Okay, this should not be carry forward. So this should be multiplied with 2, and we will just take a modulus 10 here. Okay. So why are we are doing modulus 10? Just the same thing which we are doing previously after reversing it, right? So we will just take a modulus. Now we will check that whether this temp next should be not be null, and we will check that whether this temp next value is greater than equals to 5. If it is greater than equals to 5, so I need to increase this temp value by plus 1 because it would be a carry forward, right? And we will just increase it, move to its next pointer. So this is how we will solve this problem, and at last I will just return an answer which is the step, right? So I think this should be correct. Let's run this. Yeah, we have successfully passed the sample test case. So what will the time complexity and the space complexity? So the time complexity will be only O of n because we are not reversing it, and the space complexity will be O of 1 because we are not taking any extra spaces. So this should be the space and the time complexity for this. Let's submit it. Yeah, we have passed this. So this is how we can do this in one iteration only, right? Without reversing it, with the use of only uh, this 2th part. That this is only for iteration code one or not, right? So yeah, I think we are good to go. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.